Hey, good morning, y'all. This is March 26th. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and I'm about to record your first video for your new online learning platform. Hope you guys are doing well. No, I don't have all of you in class now. I've got Miss Steek's class and Coach Carter's class as well. Just want to hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Hope you guys are ready for this week. Hope it goes pretty smooth. And just know we're here to work with you. If you have any questions about anything, do not hesitate to reach out to one of your teachers. We get it, y'all. It's a weird time. We're all just trying to figure it out. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start this video. Give me a second to adjust it and we'll get going. Okay, so this is being recorded, like I said, on March 26th, and you guys will be watching this on Monday, March 30th. Just know that this is not due technically on Monday. You guys will have until Friday at midnight, or 11:59 to be exact, to get this video done. But just kind of the way that we've broken it down, this would be your Monday assignment. So we're going to start off this week with doing some review material just to kind of make sure you guys are comfortable with the format that the lessons are being taught in, to make sure that you're kind of getting some positivity and getting some things done well. And then as we move in probably week 2, 3, and so on, we'll do some new materials. That's where it'll get a little bit more confusing. So this TEK today is going to be 7.9b. For my class, this is a 7th grade TEK. So no, you do not get to use a calculator on that, so just be aware of that. It is to determine the circumference and area of circles, but we're going to cut out the and area, and we're only going to focus on finding the circumference of circles today. What I'd like you to go ahead and get out is a piece of notebook paper. If you don't have notebook paper, that's great. Just find something to write on, a pencil and some sort of device, which if you didn't have your device, you would not be listening to this right now. So I think we're covered with all of that. All right, so circumference is essentially the distance around a circle. Now, I know when I taught this in my class at first, we talked about it being essentially the perimeter of a circle. And the reason we cannot find the perimeter of a circle is because a circle does not have sides. It has one line, and that line is rounded all the way around. So therefore, we have to use a different formula to figure that out. And so we're going to use the circumference to figure out what the distance around a circle is. Now, there are two formulas for this, and these are on your star charts. And I've got a star chart right here to verify that. And so if I take a look at circumference, see, there you go, circle. So here's my finger, circle, circumference. Circumference equals 2 pi r, or circumference equals pi d. Now, there's a couple things we need to break down with each one of these. The first one is pi, and pi is going to stand for 3.14. Now, 3.14 is just what we as common folk use for pi. It is a simplified version of the term pi, which is an irrational number. We talked about that earlier in the year. And an irrational number means it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and never ends. Well, because this number never ends, we would spend the rest of our lives trying to write this out, and therefore would never be good. We'd never be able to find the circumference of this problem. So we're going to use 3.14, so go ahead and have that memorized, please. And d is going to stand for diameter. Now, diameter is a slightly longer word, and so since it's a longer word, we're going to use that to help us remember that diameter goes all the way across the circle, from one side of the circle all the way to the other. Okay, and over here we've got the second formula, circumference equals 2 pi r. Now, 2 is just the number 2. Notice that there's no operation symbol here, so we're multiplying these together. Pi, once again, is going to be 3.14. And this shorter letter, or this smaller letter, is going to be radius, which is a much shorter word than the word diameter. Maybe not much shorter, but it is shorter, okay? And so with that, we know that our radius is only going to be halfway across the circle, not the full distance across. So let me just reiterate that. Diameter is from one side of the circle all the way to the other. Radius is going to be from the center of the circle to the side of the circle. Now, you can use either one of these formulas. It really doesn't matter which one you choose. They work out the same way because if radius is half of a circle and I multiply my radius by 2, then if I'm doubling this line, I'm getting all the way across the line, which is creating my diameter. So that means the exact same thing. Now, before I jump into solving these problems, I want you to understand my circles do not look like good circles. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been very spoiled, and I have computer programs that I can use to print off pictures of circles. But being that I'm at home, I don't have that luxury. So please just bear with me. Understand that they're supposed to be circles. I know they're not, but just work with me there. Okay, so this first one. If you were in class, I would ask you, what am I given? The diameter or the radius? You would tell me diameter, I hope. And therefore, we would know that the formula is going to be circumference equals pi d. Now pi is going to be equal to 3.14, and diameter is going to be equal to 8. Now I've got these two right here, and all I've got to do is multiply those together in order to find my circumference. 3.14 times 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 plus 3 is going to be 11. Carry my 1. 8 times 3 plus is 24. Plus 1 is 25. Now I got to figure out, what do I do with my decimal? Whenever we're multiplying, we're going to count the number of spaces behind here, which is 2. And so my final answer is going to be 25.12. Now, I watched a video with my class, and there was something that it talked about, and it said if you want to just get an estimate of where your numbers are at, multiply your whole number 3, because 3.14 is very close to 3 as far as pi goes, by 8, our diameter. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. Well, 24 is pretty close to 25 and 1200ths. Just something to think about. Okay, number 2. We're going to have circumference equals 2 pi r. Now understand that the reason I'm using a different formula is because I'm basing it off of what is given to me with the circle. You could use both formulas. They work out the exact same. Maybe I'll prove that to you on this one, that they work the exact same. Let's see. So we're going to have 2 times 3.14 times radius, which is 9. Well, 3.14 times 2 is going to be 6.28. So now I'm going to have 6.28 times 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 7 is 25. 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 2 is going to be 56. And so now I'm going to have 56, count my 2 spots. 56.9, I'm sorry, 56.52 or 56 and 52 hundredths. Now, I was a little bit hesitant because I was getting my multiplication tables a little bit confused there. So I'm going to go and use the second formula. And we're going to try to do circumference equals pi d on this one. So circumference equals 3.14 times diameter. Well, if 9 is my radius, I've got to multiply it by 2, which is going to give me 18. So now I want to multiply 18 times 3.14. 8 times 4 is going to give me 2. 8, 9, 10, 11. 24, 25. 4, 1, and 3. Let's add these up. 56.52. There you go. Works out perfect. All right, let's go ahead and go to that. I got a couple more for you. Number 3, we've got the radius of 2 and 5/10. Now I threw in a decimal here just to make this a little bit more complicated. The formula is still going to be the same. It's going to be circumference equals 2 pi r. So 2 times 3.14. And my radius is going to be 2 and 5/10. So we're going to do 3.14 times 2, which is 6.28. Now we're going to multiply that by 2.5. I'm going to pop over here to the side and just do some math here. 5 times 2 is going to give me 40. 8 times 5 gives me 40. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 5 times 1 is 30, plus 1 is 31. Bring down a 0 for my placeholder. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry my 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Now we're going to add these up. Okay, but now we've got one thing we've got to look at here. Over here I've got 2 numbers behind the decimal, and here I've got 1, so that's going to be 3. So 1, 2, 3. So our final answer is going to be 15.700, which could also be written as 15.7. And just if we wanted to double check our work here, well, 2.5 times 2.5, times 2 is going to give me 5. So if I double this to get my diameter, that's going to give me 5. Okay, 2.5 times 2. And then 5 times 3, which is my pi, 3.14, is 15. So 15.7 is very close to 15 for our final answer. All right, number 4 here. We're given the diameter, so we're going to use the formula circumference equals pi d. So we're going to have circumference equals 3.14 times 6 1/4. Now, I've done this one intentionally to show you guys that we do sometimes end up with fractions times decimals. I don't care how you solve this one. If you want to convert into decimals, you're more than welcome to. If you want to convert into fractions, you're more than welcome to. For me personally, though, I think it's going to be easier to convert 1/4 into a decimal. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just do 1 divided by 4. I already know it off the top of my head. It's going to be 0.25. Just think about quarters. 4 quarters equals $1. If you've got 1 quarter, you've got 25 cents. So we're going to have 3.14 times 6.25. We're going to multiply those together. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 0, 0. Don't forget that step right here. It's 2 zeros. And then we're going to have 6 times 4, which is 24. Carry my 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. And then what we're going to do here, y'all, is we're going to add all these up. 6, 10, 12. 6, 8, 16. 9, and 1. But now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 19.625. And if we just think about it, 6.25 times 3 is going to be 6 times 3 is 18. Well, 18 is pretty close to 19.625. So I'm good with that. Okay, number 5, I've left a blank here. I'm going to challenge you to do something. Obviously, there's no way I can check this, but I know you guys are looking for things to do. I'm sure that your parents or guardians are at their wits' end with you. So go teach them how to do this, okay? I've given you a blank circle for a reason. Just draw a circle on a piece of paper. Make up a number. Don't get anything too crazy. But go teach your parents something. I know that they want to be a part of your life. They want to know things that are going on. And instead of making them teach you for once in your life, go teach them something. Hey, it's been really good getting to do this. I hope that you guys enjoy this as much as you can. I know it's math still, but just do something, y'all. Have a good day. Reach out to any of your teachers if you're having issues. We are here to help. Peace out. I'll see you guys in a few days.